What's going on, guys? It is Nick Cutler, personal trainer at Full Spectrum Fitness right here in Crown Point. Fit dad to this little girl right here, Nyla Mayland. Professional wrestler, amateur bodybuilder. Husband of a hot Mexican wife. Oh. I just got slugged for not answering her quick enough. Today we are going to discuss the second half of Jay Cutler's pre-workout stack, Amplify. Now, last week we discussed Prevail, which is Jay Cutler's mental focus formula, which does have some caffeine in it, 125 milligrams. What, baby?
Come here, mommy.
This week, discussing Amplify, as you guys can see, caffeine-free pre-workout, which is not something that I would ever invest in to take by itself because I'm a caffeine freak, but for those of you that aren't. Same thing as Prevail, guys. You're looking at a 40 serving tub if you only take one scoop, but again, it gives you the option of taking 2 scoops at a time. Price is $29.99. So $29.99 for 40 scoops, less than $1 a scoop, which is a pretty damn good price if you're only taking 1 scoop. So, if you're not gonna have caffeine, what else do you need in a pre-workout? Okay, let's eliminate the caffeine. We want something that doesn't have caffeine but can still provide mental focus. We want something that can still provide recovery. We want something that can still provide blood flow. And we get all of that with Amplify. We're gonna pay attention to the 1 scoop dose. Right off the bat, we see magnesium, sodium, and potassium. So we have electrolytes, which is going to help us stay hydrated while we train. Down to the ingredient profile, citrulline, 2.5 grams. Citrulline is going to be for the blood flow, to increase nutrient delivery to the muscle tissue, ergo, increasing your pumps. Them veins, guys. Women love a vascular man. And men do too. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Clinical dose of citrulline, 4 to 6 grams. We're only getting 2.5 grams per scoop. So if we took 2 scoops, 5 grams, you're getting a clinical dose. Or you take 1 scoop of Prevail, giving you 2 grams of citrulline, and 1 scoop of Amplify, giving you 2.5, which brings you up to 4.5, which still keeps it at less than $1 a serving per tub if you're taking 1 scoop of each. Ergo, you're getting a clinical dose. Next ingredient on the list, taurine. A frickin' gram of taurine. Now, if you guys look at Prevail, we're already getting a gram of taurine per scoop. So if you're taking Prevail with Amplify, that is 2 grams of taurine along with the 375 milligrams of tyrosine that's already in the Prevail. When Jay Cutler says he is all about mental focus, he means he is all about mental focus and being able to stay zoned in. You look around at the gym and don't pretend like you don't see it. People sitting on machines on their phones or just standing there having conversations, etc., etc., etc. You are trying to prevent that. And the way to prevent that is by taking something that is going to allow you to have that focus that you might not otherwise have because of the distractions that are in your environment. Creatine hydrochloride, which is going to be the acidic form of creatine, very, very absorbable, 750 milligrams per scoop. So even if you took a 2 scoop serving, you're still only getting 1.5 grams. Clinical dose of creatine hydrochloride is 2 grams. So even if you're taking 2 scoops, you're still not getting a clinical dose. Is that terrible? You're pretty close to a clinical dose, and you're still going to get some of the benefits of increasing the amount of ATP in your muscle tissue, adenosine triphosphate, which is going to help with the energy levels that your muscles are able to have as an output. But again, why put an ingredient in if you're not going to include it at its clinical dose? It's my only thing. And the problem is it's so easy. It's so easy to formulate these products nowadays because it's such common knowledge how much of everything that you need, and the consumers nowadays are a lot smarter. So why wouldn't you just include the amount of each ingredient that you need? And for creatine, for monohydrate, it's 5 grams. For hydrochloride, it's 2 grams. Coconut water powder, 250 milligrams, which is actually going to work in conjunction with the magnesium, sodium, and potassium to help with hydration. grapeseed extract, which is actually going to work in conjunction with the citrulline to help increase blood flow, and the pink Himalayan sea salt, again, obviously going to work with the magnesium, sodium, and potassium along with the coconut powder to increase hydration. So we're looking at blood flow, we're looking at mental focus, we're looking at increasing the muscle output with the creatine without having any sort of stimulants in it. Now, what I do is I would take 1.5 scoops of Prevail, and I just take 1 heaping scoop of Amplify, and I mix those together. Now, last week we already did the Prevail, so today we're just gonna do Amplify by itself, which I have yet to do. I had tried the Prevail by itself, I have not tried the Amplify by itself. So, you guys know the drill. Put the lid back on, shake the tub to make sure all of the ingredients are evenly dispersed and you are getting them at their intended ratios. 1 heaping scoop. It's the peach mango flavor. Mix it with plenty of... Same thing with the Prevail, it's a pretty light powder. Cheers. It definitely tastes like peach mango. It tastes really, really good. I'm trying to decide which one I like better, the Amplify or the Prevail as far as the taste, because I think the Prevail does have a little bit of a sweeter taste to it. The Amplify is more of a blander taste, but you still get the taste of the peach and the mango. Mixing them together, they mix very well. They don't clash. The flavor blends perfectly. And as you guys are going to see during the training session on next week's video, the pump that you get is very, very intense. I'm pretty vascular anyway, so I get a pump no matter what, but when you take these two together and you're getting that dose of citrulline that Cutler provides with Prevail and Amplify together, it's actually pretty fantastic. So again, just to recap from last week, you're looking at Prevail, 40 scoops for $34.99, Amplify, 40 scoops for $29.99. He calls it the Legend Stack. They're meant to be taken together. The only issue with that is if you are taking them together, you're spending 50 bucks on 40 scoops, which isn't terrible unless you take into consideration that 1 scoop of Prevail only has 125 milligrams of caffeine. So if that's not enough caffeine for you, what I foresee most people doing is taking 2 scoops of Prevail and then throwing in 1 scoop of Amplify, which is gonna give you a sick frickin' pump because you're gonna have over 7 grams of citrulline in it, and it's gonna have a good dose of caffeine, but then at that point, you're looking at only 20 servings of the Prevail, but still 40 servings of the Amplify. It's just not gonna match up well as far as most people having that OCD tendency to wanna buy their supplements in a 30-day supply. Which granted, if you're only working out 5 days a week, that would still be a 4-week supply technically. But if you're like me, you work out every day. And this is actually perfect for cardio for me. I'll take 1 scoop of Prevail before I do cardio, just for that mental focus and for the caffeine to wake up in the morning. But for my actual training sessions, I need 1.5 scoops. I haven't tried 2 scoops. I typically would just do 1.5. 1.5 does get me going enough, so that's roughly 200 total milligrams of caffeine because of the dicaffeine malate that's in the Prevail. But again, I just don't foresee most people being okay with only taking 1 scoop, and at that point, you're gonna be going through the tub a lot faster. It's still not the worst price pre-workout on the market. You can't have everything on the chicken side. One thing that I did notice, and this is going to be big with Jay Cutler's products, is the shipping took forever. Most of Jay's products are going to be shipped directly from his website, Cutler Nutrition. GNC doesn't carry them, Vitamin Shop doesn't carry them. I'm fairly certain you might be able to get them on Amazon, but they're more expensive on Amazon, and you only get the 2-day shipping if you've got Amazon Prime. With this, I paid $8.99, I think, for priority shipping, which was 2 to 6 business days, and it was over 10 days before I actually had my product. So if you are in a rush to try to get your stuff, if you're almost out of something and you order this expecting it to land before you run out of whatever it is that you have at the house, you're really gambling. This has happened twice now. I've ordered this from his rebranded website, and then I ordered his old pre-workout before when he was trying to shuffle through it all to get it out because he knew that he was relaunching. And both times I did that, it took forever for it to get. Now some people might say that that's not on Jay because once it's shipped from his warehouse, it's out of his hands. But be that as it may, I do not like products that I have to order online. I like being able to go into the store and grab it just strictly because of the fact that it makes it easier. If I run out one day, I can go out and I can buy it. As opposed to just running everything online, it sucks. Yes, he is available at some brick and mortar retail stores, but most of them aren't corporate owned, they're privately owned, and they can decide what their inventory is that they have. GNC doesn't have it. Vitamin Shop doesn't have it. And there are no Bullfrog Nutritions or Muscle Stores or whatever other third-party retailers actually carry his products around this area, which means if I want this, I have to order it online, which right there kind of negates me away from that. Like I mentioned before, I will probably keep Prevail in the house, strictly because of the fact that it doesn't have the beta-alanine in it, so it's easy for my wife to take for her pre-workout. But for me, I'm gonna need something else, guys. So I like it enough to tell you guys to try it once because it's a pretty cool stack. Whether you add it into your supplement rotation after that, that's entirely on you. But me personally, it's just not for me. But it does taste really good, so. Follow me on all forms of social media, Nick Cutler on Facebook, Cutler Coalition on Twitter, Cutler Coalition 88 on Instagram, and CUTLER8869 on Snapchat. Get all of your merchandise at ProWrestlingTees.com/Cutler Coalition. Get all of your supplementation needs at TigerFitness.com using the personal affiliate link located in the bio of all of my social media platforms, as well as in the bio of this video link. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit me up in my direct messages on any of those social media websites for personal training and online coaching. Next week's episode is going to be what it is like to train while you are a fit parent. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be very interesting. And until next time, stay Cutler strong.